My name is Trent White, and I'm a senior at Unicoi County High School. I just wanted to say thank you so much for having me, and welcome to our annual campaign kickoff. United Way is a vital organization that works to make Unicoi County what it is today. Whether providing funding for the Clinchfield Senior Adult Center, CHIPS, the public library, or our own Little League team, United Way of Unicoi County serves as a catalyst for growth and development in the community. The organizations I mentioned just a moment ago are a fraction of the groups we support each year. In order to make such a large impact on the community, United Way of Unicoi County exhibits strong financial leadership. Note that 97 cents of every dollar raised goes right back into the community. The donations you've made in the past allow us to serve over 20 agencies annually. Not only has United Way been active in supporting Unicoi County's local organizations, but we have also served as an asset to the community during the COVID-19 pandemic. This summer, our local United Way, Irwin Utilities, and community joined forces to raise over $30,000 for the special COVID-19 Community Relief Fund. Although our community has undergone difficult times during this pandemic, United Way serves as a bright light in Unicoi County for those in need. Every year, United Way engages the community with a vision that sparks hope for the future, a hope for a stronger community, a hope and a future of a healthier county, and a future of a united community. Our work is far from over, but the future is brighter than ever. Join me as we usher in a new era of community development across the county. We have accomplished so much in the last few years, but we have an opportunity right now to invest in local organizations that will, in return, invest in the future of Unicoi County. Thank you.
Hey guys, my name is Javier Castellon and I'm a senior at Unicoi County High School. I'm going to be doing the prayer today, so for those who wish, please join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for blessing us with an amazing resource like United Way. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to disperse much needed resources across all of Unicoi. I pray that you bless this campaign and give us the ability to help our neighbors. In your son's name we pray, amen. Please join me in saying the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome to the Unicoi County United Way campaign kickoff for 2021. We find ourselves in a much different arrangement this year for our campaign kickoff. We've learned quickly there's no how-to manual for a virtual kickoff. So welcome to our first and maybe our last virtual kickoff. Thanks for your time today to learn and be part of our campaign kickoff to raise money to support over 22 different agencies that provide great needed services in our community in Irwin and Unicoi County. I've been part of United Way for over 20 years, serving on the board of directors, and also have served as president for the past 8 years. The need is greater than ever before for your contributions to United Way. We have great challenges ahead of us. COVID has created an environment that is tough to do fundraising in. And now more than ever, your contribution and your gift and your partnership is more important than ever to United Way of Unicoi County. Our United Way board deliberated on our campaign goal for 2021, but we decided we cannot meet the needs of our community by reducing our campaign goal. So our campaign goal for 2021 will remain at $120,000. This year more than ever, your campaign gift is more important. There are so many ways that you can support United Way. Many of our partners do payroll deduction in their workplace. I know many of you make a cash contribution, write a check, mail it. There are many ways that you can donate to United Way. But this year we've added an addition to give you an online option to donate through PayPal. And that information will be displayed for your convenience. It will also be on our Facebook page, United Way of Unicoi County. Our campaign kickoff is certainly different this year, and I don't know about you, but sometimes I find it hard to identify people when they're wearing a mask. So I wanted to see if possibly this would help you recognize me, as I know many of you in our community. And hopefully we're going to get to the other side of this pandemic and return to normal and not have to wear a mask in every task that we do. At Irwin Utilities, our mission is to deliver safe, reliable, and efficient services to our community. But at the heart of what we do is service. And we've been serving this community for more than 75 years. And United Way has been a part of this community almost as long as Irwin Utilities has. Giving back to the community is part of our culture at Irwin Utilities, and I know for many of our campaign partners, United Way is certainly one of your main objectives in giving back and supporting our community. Last year, our campaign goal was $120,000, and through your generosity in pledges and donations, we exceeded $125,000. Since over the past 3 years, more than $380,000 has been raised in this community and touching over 10,000 lives through our partners. And now I'd like for you to hear just a little bit from some of our partners. Nuclear Fuel Services Human Resource Director, Larry Durham.
My name is Larry Durham. I'm the Human Resources Manager at Nuclear Fuel Services. Well, I've been very fortunate to be involved the 8 years that I and my family have been here with the Unicoi County United Way, primarily through my employer, Nuclear Fuel Services, both being a key supporter and sponsor as an organization, but then also from an individual perspective, being a leader, both encouraging our new employees to be engaged, our current employees to be engaged, making sure we keep a very high bar on the fact that the United Way investments, the organizations that we impact, are some of the most key, direct, economical, and efficient ways to make a true impact for the community. I really do believe that it makes a huge difference. It's one of the drivers for myself personally and then organizationally for Nuclear Fuel Services in keeping the funds and the contributions local, because while there are and there will always be international, national needs, and thankfully my family and I have been blessed and to be able to meet some of those needs that are not local and prioritize. We've also been very blessed to be able to highly prioritize local needs. And so as I talk to my wife and as we engage our older kids and the ways in which we've been blessed and the things that we've been given and the opportunity to give back and then to be able to see the fruits of that, whether on an individual level, on an organizational level, and seeing how we are able to impact individuals, both young and not so young, within our communities. That really is valuable to see that more personal, regional, local touch. And that makes it very rewarding for those that are around us. So my wife and I have 4 kids, ranging in age from 5 to 15. So I've been fortunate enough to be engaged in our local churches with kids and children's ministry. So usually the younger population and the needs they're in, just the phase of life that my family's in, are a little closer to the forefront for me. So when I think about the backpack program, the opportunities for through United Way, those to give, to be able to help those who are on tough times or may not have enough by way of nourishment and by way of coming home and maybe not having the appropriate nutrition and appropriate supplies to have a gainful school and education performance. So the backpack program, the aspects of being able to resource young people, their families, and allow them to be able to, with so many other challenges and or distractions, to be able to individually and on the family level impact individuals so they can have an appropriate focus on fulfilling their education. So thinking about, there are always challenges. On this earth, there are always, shortcomings, there are always needs, disasters, the whole, 9 yards. I can't think of a more pivotal time in the fact that we've got this, global pandemic going on, how that has impacted one way or the other, the overwhelming majority of individuals, folks watching this video, these resources. I believe we'd all be hard pressed to think more than a minute or two and not have some direct implication or impact to someone that we know, or someone who knows someone that has been impacted through unemployment, underemployment, part-time or a more permanent job loss or job change. And so during this season where the needs are already abundant, whether we see them or not, it doesn't take too much, visibility, awareness, engagement to go around our community, turn on TV and watch the news, read the newspaper, or talk to and engage with folks, however socially distant that may be during this season, to realize there's some vast needs that we are directly through this campaign able to impact both on individual, family unit, and organizational basis. So if it was critical in prior years, I would say that it's dire now. Well, I'm just appreciative to be in a community, to be with an organization, and to have community partners and organizations that are focused on whether you're a small business owner, whether you're an individual, unmarried, or a small family or a large family, whatever, walk of life, whatever stage of life you're in, whether you have a lot or you have very little, to be able to engage us all to give from where we're able to do so to help other people, because we're in a position to recognize that we are very fortunate. There are always those that are less fortunate, and for us to be able to sacrifice in some regard, we all make those individual sacrificial decisions. I'm honored to be able to, for my family and with my wife, make decisions that allow us to sacrifice for a cause that we will see both the benefit of now, and then maybe not in the long term be able to see future benefits as folks continue to reap the rewards of being able to give sacrificially. So appreciative to be a part of this ongoing and sustainable endeavor.
And now we'll have a little update on Habitat for Humanity from Bill Gaines.
My name is Bill Gaines, and I am one of 10 board members with the Habitat for Humanity of Unicoi County, Tennessee. Well, there's Habitat chapters in every state of the Union and in 70 countries, and our Habitat chapter has been here since 1995. Betsy Pitcock was one of the original founders, and she got me on board back then, and I worked for a number of years on the board and then kind of dropped off, and then they came back and got me. I don't know how many years I've served on the board, but it's probably 12, 15 years over time. It's just amazing how time flies, But Our Habitat chapter has built 4 homes here in Unicoi County, and that doesn't sound like a lot, but we're a small county. And that's why United Way is so important to us, is that it's really hard to raise money in the kind of money you need to build a house in a county this size. But we have been very successful in doing that. And it's not just money. We raise volunteers from in the community, and we get donations of material and services and supplies. And by doing that, we're able to provide a home for folks that might not be able to go through conventional lending and get a home. Now, one of the myths that a lot of people have in their mind about Habitat is that these are free homes, and they're not. These folks have to put in hours and hours of sweat equity, and then they do make payments, structured payments over time to pay off these homes. And the main thing is to make the homes available to folks that might not otherwise be able to get one, but that are deserving. We go through a process of reviewing, how they've handled their finances and everything. And we also do counseling to help folks, understand the budgeting process and everything like that. And we've had tremendous success. We are so, the stories, one of the families that we served was living in a mobile home. They lived basically in the bedroom of the mobile home because the mobile home had a roof leak and it had mold, black mold in the thing. It doesn't just lift that family, it lifts our whole community. And, one of the joys of this thing is that you get so many people you never knew in our community who step up to come in and do things. They have particular skills, or some of them don't have any skills at all. They just learn those skills, so they've benefited too. Years ago, I had those questions because I didn't know. Ignorance, I didn't know. But I've worked with, with the JCs, not the JCs, the Kiwanis Club, the United Way's helped those organizations with shopping tour and everything. They've helped many times with the Habitat for Humanity. But I see all the other things that United Way does in our community, and they're real things, real needs that benefit our community. And I think that our Unicoi County United Way is one of the best run United Ways anywhere around. And I'm honored to be in some small way affiliated with that effort. It's a quality run organization.
And now we'll hear from CASA's Executive Director, Wendy Hensley.
My name is Wendy Rice Hensley, and I'm the Executive Director of CASA of Northeast Tennessee. CASA stands for Court Appointed Special Advocates, and we work in the juvenile court system of Unicoi County to stand up and advocate for abused and neglected children. The way that CASA functions is we are appointed a case by our juvenile court judge here in Unicoi County, and when we get that case, we assign it to a volunteer. Those volunteers can be anyone in the community, and we train those volunteers extensively to understand the needs of the child and what to look for, what would be best for that family. So United Way is so important to us in Unicoi County because we use that money to recruit and train those volunteers to do the work. CASA has a very small staff and a very large amount of volunteers, and it's with those volunteers that we work the cases. The need is completely overwhelming. And our concern right now is that because of COVID and because of the situation with children being at home without teachers and after-school programs, having eyes on them, we know that abuse has not stopped. And we know that adults are stressed to the maximum right now. And as a result of that, our concern is that children are not being reported as being abused. Calls in March to the child abuse hotline in the state of Tennessee was down by 26%. that abuse didn't stop, it's just not being reported. So right now we are preparing in Unicoi County for a surge in cases once kids start going back to school and teachers are seeing them and after school programs are seeing them. We are expecting more cases to come in, and we are beginning to see that already. In 2018, we served over 80 children. It has been a very stressful time for everyone. It's stressful for persons who have great coping skills, great support systems. It becomes very stressful, for all of us. But for persons who don't have that in place, who may be struggling with addiction, who may be self-medicating their mental illness with illegal substances, we see that those are the populations that we're most concerned about. This is stressful for everyone, and everyone is vulnerable to doing things that they would regret. So CASA is, concerned and preparing for that surge once we are able to see what's really going on in families. There are two great ways that we can help other than being an advocate. Of course, being an advocate, we're always recruiting and training. So if anyone is interested in being an advocate, we would love to talk to them. The second way is donate to CASA. We are not able to do this for free. I know a lot of times we think volunteers, we think, oh, that's got to be cheap. But it's actually not, because we want our volunteers to be thoroughly trained and have access to the most up-to-date information. And we have a staff person who always can support that advocate, that volunteer advocate. So giving to United Way is a fantastic way to support CASA, because United Way is so faithful in supporting us. And another way that people can become involved without being an advocate is getting involved in community awareness. CASA plays such an important role in the community of Unicoi County. We're in Washington County and Greene County through the Northeast Tennessee office. And just getting us out there, helping us get out there and helping people learn what we do. Because you may not have time to be an advocate, but you may know 3 people who can. So helping us with awareness is a great way. I like to say that CASA will do everything it can to stand for children in the face of adversity. I'm hesitant to say we would never be able to do our work. We would absolutely have to change how we do our work, and we would not be able to be as effective. United Way is such an important player for us and such an important support for us that while we would strive to go on, I'm afraid that we would be spending much more time trying to raise money and less time standing for kids. I just want to add that along with the importance of CASA, I think it's really cool to look at how CASA works and to know that when a child is assigned a CASA advocate, that advocate stays with that child until their case is closed in juvenile court. We have lots of kids who sometimes that's the most stability they've ever had in their life, is to have their CASA volunteer. And we always are looking for the needs of the child. We support families and we believe in families, but we are number one looking out for that child.
We quickly joined forces, United Way, Urban Utilities, TVA, and Nuclear Fuel Services to raise money to provide some much needed pandemic relief to Unicoi County. I'm happy to report that over $40,000 was raised in a short period of time. We were able to provide Neighborhood Service Center $17,000 for community relief for those that were struggling. More than $20,000 was raised and given to Region Ahead, who led a campaign to raise funds for small business relief. Nuclear Fuel Service took on a campaign and raised more than $10,000 for food for our community that was given to Second Harvest Food Bank.
Okay, Danielle Rogers, I'm with Nuclear Fuel Services, BWXT. What United Way means to me is you can take a dollar and help so many people. You can, whether it's, you know, a young child wanting to have a great Little League experience and learn how to be a part of a team, or if it's a senior that wants to have a fulfilling experience at our senior center, or perhaps somebody going through one of the most tragic or difficult times of their life, United Way touches all of those people in our community. In Unicoi County, we have a completely voluntary board. And what that means is I get to be on a board with people that are as passionate as I am about helping our community and believe in taking every dollar that comes in and using it to the best of our ability to help the most people that we can. So in Unicoi County, and you know, historically, I've heard from people at our company when we do our drives, you know, United Way, a lot of the money goes to the big corporate United Way. And that's just not how it is in Unicoi County, and I'm proud of that. So our board is completely voluntary, so no one receives anything monetary for being on the board. And, you know, other than what little bit we spend on marketing materials, which is minuscule, every dollar goes to the community. I do, especially people that know me and trust when I tell them, look, this is how we do it. And I think all the board members, you know, represent pieces of the community and the county and are trustworthy, and we do our best to do the due diligence that's necessary to make sure the people asking for money, you know, the need is there and that they're a legitimate corporation and they meet the requirements of the United Way to get our funding. So, you know, it's in all pieces of that. You have to meet the requirements set forth by the United Way parent organization. And then we also, as board members, we go out to these organizations and audit them and their activities and make sure that they're legitimate and that they're using our funds not only for good purposes, but that they're using our funds to help people in Unicoi County. Well, I would say if you're blessed enough to give, which luckily a lot of people in our community are, a lot of people struggle with the right place to do it. And United Way provides that avenue, that outreach to so many different people, so many different, it doesn't matter your background, it doesn't matter your age. The very diverse people in Unicoi County that have the needs. United Way just provides that avenue to select the appropriate place and the best place where we can maximize your money. I think it touched me the most when I did an audit actually of an organization in Johnson City that helped children that have been sexually abused. And I got to go in and meet that director and talk to her about the cases and really see, you know, I think we don't really know how many people in our community are impacted by such tragic events. And that really opened my eyes to, you know, it is here. You may choose to ignore it, or you may, you know, overlook it or be naive, but horrible, tragic things are happening to people in our county, and if we can help them through those times, and we're blessed enough to be able to, I feel like that's what we should do.
We're pleased to have Lee Walker update us on the work that Second Harvest does in our community.
My name is Lee Walker, and I'm the Development Director for Second Harvest Food Bank of Northeast Tennessee. Second Harvest has been serving Northeast Tennessee since 1986. We have 8 counties in our region, and we're very glad that Unicoi County is one of those. Well, our vision is a hunger-free Northeast Tennessee, and our mission basically is about providing food and services to our neighbors in this region who are food insecure. We, as I said, yes, we are the only food bank, but we can't do it without our partners. Partners like food pantries, what we call partner agencies, food pantries, soup kitchens, churches who provide food pantries on site. You know, we couldn't do the work in Unicoi County without the help of United Way. United Way here is truly a catalyst in helping to make sure that children aren't going hungry. The support that we receive, for instance, for our summer or our backpack program for children during the school year, our summer feeding program during the summer, we really are proud of our partnership with United Way. You also asked me about pre-COVID, post-COVID. I guess the best example, the best way to explain the significance of COVID in how it has impacted food insecurity. In Unicoi County, before COVID, 16.6% of the population was considered food insecure. Since COVID, that ratio has grown to 22%.
I'd like for you to hear from some of our recipients of the Small Business Relief Funds. Matt Moses with USA Raft.
My name is Matt Moses, and I'm the owner of USA Raft Adventure Resort in beautiful Irwin, Tennessee. Well, so 2019 we had a great year. This has been that was a year of many changes with a lot of growth as we have added cabins and we're looking towards the future. In 2020, our big capital project is going to be adding a restaurant and a bar. And so while 2019 was a great year, we had really high hopes and big plans for 2020. So the impacts of COVID on our 2020 season in the hospitality industry have been, well, endless, and we keep seeing new ones. But everything from, I hadn't thought about the fact that our reservationists would have to spend a lot more time on the phones with guests. We expect people to have questions about rafting or caving, because they're not daily activities for most people. But talking them through our new operational plans because of COVID takes time, and we make it very clear to them, please fill out your waiver online. It's less time you're in the store, less pens we have to wipe down, less disposable masks that we have to give out just for you to come in the store once and then throw it away. There a lot more housekeeping activity. We have to clean everything much more frequently, including our gear, even the rafts. Every time they come off the river, you'll see one of my river managers out there with his big pump spray bottle, spraying them down and wiping them down. We do that with every piece of equipment, every vehicle. When it comes back in here, we open the doors and spray it down and then wipe it. So just endless amounts of operational changes that all add up to costing us more money to run our business. So in the very dark days of, I guess, middle March, when, we were literally shut down and told that we can't offer our short-term rentals, no campground, no rafting, it was understandable, but painful. And, I'm sure I'm not the only business owner that spent a good solid month there, pretty much thinking I was going to lose everything. And I think I would have been unwise to have been looking at it any differently. But I certainly did not see much hope or have much hope. Region Ahead was brought to my attention, I believe, on social media at first. And then I was proud to participate in some promotional videos for it. In fact, those were the first people I had interaction with in a long time at that point. But just when I even heard about the concept, a glimmer of hope arose. And so, without a check or anything, just that hope that I received, knowing how the community was rallying behind small business owners like myself, whether I got money or not, that was big time encouraging, and I really needed that in March and in April. So one of my favorite things about Region Ahead is that it wasn't just one organization, or one philanthropist that dug deep, but a number of them, from the chambers and all these some of our local business leaders that did dig deep, and everybody's hurting right now. So the fact that there's any dollars to for anyone to come off with, but it seemed like the whole Region Ahead concept and the great people driving it just must immediately said, okay, we are going to make something happen. And they certainly did.
And now we'll hear from Jan Bowden with Union Street Gallery.
Hi, my name is Jan Bowden, and our business is Union Street Gallery in Irwin, Tennessee. Business before COVID was we were open every day, and being an art gallery, you're not going to get people in every day. So to help supplement the income from the gallery, we had classes. And I have a table that I can accommodate 6 people sitting in close proximity to each other. I could do that in evenings, or we're closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. So all day long, conceivably, I could schedule classes. So we generated income that way as well. And typically my classes were full, and it was fun. Everybody enjoyed it. But like I say, we were close proximity. COVID came along. We were mandated by the governor to close our business. So for approximately 6 weeks, we had 0 income coming in. However, because we're artists, we could work in the back part of our building in our studio. However, no classes. And even now, no classes, because it's too close together. And people just don't want to be sitting close together, even with a mask on. It's just not worth the risk. And what brought us here is family. We have family in Asheville, but Vince and I really didn't want to live in a city with the traffic. And our family that lives there now, they don't know anybody. They go to work, and he works by himself. He travels around to different places. He has no immediate friends that he's made there. And I noticed he came Sunday. We went out to lunch, all of us, and I said, you don't have any friends there. You have to move here. So we were looking around at houses. We went to an open house. And this is a community, and we feel part of it. And that was her take on it, how we've integrated into this community and fit. And we couldn't have picked a better place. But I don't think we really picked it. Something above picked it for us. And I don't want to cry when I say that, but I really feel that way. How would we have found Irwin? That we're all in this together. It's a community. And thank God for United Way, because they give back where it's important and it accounts. Because little businesses like me, I guess sometimes because of this whole situation with COVID and having to shut down beyond our control, maybe we wouldn't be in business. And I thank God for them.
As our campaign kickoff comes to a close, I want to thank you for taking time to be part of this first virtual United Way campaign kickoff. And I want you to remember, as you donate, the money that you give, 97% of what you give goes directly to the agencies and to fund those stories that you heard about earlier. Our board has a servant's heart, and I know that's the story of our community, is a servant's heart serving others. We look forward to our campaign. We look forward to our wrap up of our campaign and another successful campaign, and I know we'll do that because of you and your commitment to this community and to United Way. On behalf of the Board of Directors, thank you for what you've done in the past, and thank you for what you're going to do to make this campaign a success for 2021. May God bless United Way, and may God bless Unicoi County.